to talk about contemporary piece. Contemporary piece is like today's music, and it's a little bit different than the past. We hear Mozart, Beethoven, and everything. For some people, it's hard to understand it, or for some musicians, hard to understand it. But we should remember, like Mozart was contemporary for Bach, so Mozart was changing the rules from Bach. But today's contemporary music is there are no rules. They can write anything on the instruments. They are supposed to be playable. Sometimes we get the music, and now we email the composer, hey, you cannot play this piece, so change it. So it's like, because sometimes they're writing with the computer, and it depends on the composer's capacity, of course, or knowledge. So how they can use the instruments, if you can really play it or not. But there are, of course, wonderful pieces by wonderful composers. Today we're going to play one of those. So the composer's name is Deborah Kay. She is from New York, and she's a wonderful, amazing composer. So personally, I played this piece before on the radio, so it's so much fun. It's a difficult piece, but it is about, if you realize the title, it's about duckling, actually. So I'm gonna talk to Deborah a couple times in email, and finally, not finally actually, I asked her yesterday, so she sent me some information. But yes, don't mind, I'm gonna read a little bit. So the piece was written for Incidental Ducklings is a suite of ants and incidental music from a theater version of the Ugly Duckling, produced by a literally alive children's theater with laudatory notice from the New York Times. It has had 3 productions, some with extended runs. So how many of you are familiar with the story of the Ugly Duckling? Okay. So for people who doesn't know much, I'm talk about it. The Ugly Duckling are coming of age tale. Born into a duck pond, the Ugly Duckling was different from the others. Bigger, upper, ugly, he was teased, laughed at, and cast out. One day he met a wild bird who befriended him, but soon afterward his friend was shot by hunters. The Ugly Duckling went through a lonely winter search. Would anywhere ever feel like home? When spring came, a group of royal birds swam to him, and he swam among them, recognizing his true nature as a swan. So she wrote this piece for this play. Actually, she has more music, but she turned this piece to a trio, and then she just got a couple parts of it. And then she made it for cello, piano, and violin trio. And she would like to write the whole thing, the whole piece actually. So maybe she thinks like she can make it as a theater, a ballet. So then if you're curious about it, then you can go on her website, www.composer.com, and you can see a little video of this piece. It's like an animated video, they made it. So how it is related with the piano trio? So I'm going to talk about it a little bit. The first movement, you're going to hear 3 movements. The first movement is Duck Etiquette. Was originally a song of the same name that the mother duck sings to ducklings when teaching them how to swim. It says Hans Christian Andersen, who actually wrote the Ugly Duckling text, the main melodic line was the vocal line, so it was actually for vocal and piano. So, and the mother duck says, now use your legs, mind you, quack properly, and bend your necks to the old duck over there. And quack now, quack. Don't turn your toes in. A well-bred duck keeps his like wide apart. Quack, quack, like his father and his mother, quack. So you're going to hear all those quack sounds. From the instruments, what the composers, the contemporary composers would like to do, use the instruments with different sounds that we are used to hear. The second movement is Ducklings Summer, is really mainly taken from various parts of the show, trying to capture some of the breadth of notes. In the theatrical production, the opening of the movement served as underscoring for narration, again has Christian Andersen's words, which start, the country was lovely, just then it was summer. So I don't want to read the whole thing because we want to listen to music. But in the middle of it, actually the ugly duckling, right? This one is the duckling. Okay. Ugly duckling realizes that's the swan, actually a beautiful swan. And the last movement is the dance. So the old duck appears. It was actually in the play, it was in the beginning, not at the end. So again, she took like lots of parts and then put it together. So anyway, so the third moment, the whole duck comes and then they dance. So you're going to hear lots of squeak sounds and then quack sounds. Hope you like it. Thank you.
So yesterday we were talking about who was going to speak at what moment, and we decided, of course, Daniel was going to talk about the Argentinian pieces, and Julia, our contemporary music expert, of course, was going to talk about the Never-K. And we decided we really didn't need to introduce the Chrysler and the Lieutenant, because I know most of the audience, and they're very well musically educated. So I just want to say again, we won't speak in the second half because we try to really concentrate to play the bars. So I just wanted to thank you again for coming. It's such a great thing for us to have such a friendly audience to play to. It really makes our practicing and our rehearsals worthwhile. I want to give a special shout out to, there's a lot of international students in the audience. Thank you so much for coming. It's part of their American experience coming to Sunday afternoon concerts. And again, I want to thank Hannah because it's a really thankless job to turn the pages, but very, very essential to our work out here. So with that, we're going to play a Chrysler piece, Miniature Viennese March, and a Blue Dental piece that I know you'll